very much. Okay, I will time myself 25 minutes. I have a timer. So, thank you all for coming. I know this is probably lunchtime, but thank you for coming for your valuable time. So, today's talk is about really, the title sounds very innovating and elevating education 4.0. Yet the talk will be more around my own experience into how I have adapted and employed like social media into teaching and learning. So the outline for my talk would be, first, I would just briefly talk about the journey, how it started, and then how that journey changed over the time, over the trajectory of 2000, from 2015 to 2021 to last year. And then why is it we need social media, and why is that technology shapes and reshapes, redefine people behavior. Then I will share, based on the experience of 7 years of using social media in my teaching, I will just present the framework that worked for me. Probably it might work for you as well. Some use cases, and then during the experience, I came across something like an informal project that I have initiated in my classes, and I called it Project Data Literacy. It is so I teach business students, and I believe that any students in any college, whether natural sciences, humanities, social sciences, at the end of the day, they will end up making decision with data-driven decisions. So they will need to be familiar with data analytics, at least how to read the data dashboard. And then toward the end, I will present some of the free and open source tools that I have used, or the one that I have created. And this is just based on my experience. I know there are a lot of tools out there, but the one based on my experience. So here how I started. I will just try to go quickly through the subject matter and the content. And then, because I want to show you a live demo of what of these tools and how they can download tweets and how you can use them in your assessment and teaching. So back in 2015, I started assigning students like Harvard business case studies to read, and then to summarize, probably criticize, and then write a one-page blog, and then tweet that in their own Twitter handles. And then we had a hashtag. It is there. You can find it. If you're interested, I can send you all the hashtags. And then I kept doing that for 2016. My popularity went down beginning of 2016 because I assigned a lot of assignments to students. But I thought that students are learning a lot, so I kept doing that, like creating a question, posting it on Twitter, then asking students to interact. And then in 2018, I thought probably, I asked myself, when we talk about the Industry Revolution 4.0, we are talking about drones, cutting edge technologies, machine learning, AI. We are talking about Web 3.0. We are talking about decentralized internet. But then I'm like, even if we apply these technologies, what is the proposition value? Even if there is a proposition value, does it go to the students in the classroom and in that confined space of educational space? Can education transcend that boundary? Since we talk about technology is boundless. Can it go out there? Can we engage the public? If so, we can engage the general public, cultivate their opinions. Why not doing it? So that is from there, 2018, I initiated all assignments, like students have to create, they have to analyze societal pressing issues, whether in health, in sports, in technology, in gender equality, in education, in business, in any issue that is a pressing issue. Then I ask them, okay, now provide a solution or provide an awareness campaigns. So they started doing awareness campaigns, because the class that I teach is communication networks and the diffusion of innovation. They are asked in that class to diffuse the innovation. Innovation in that class, we define it as an idea, as a public awareness campaign that can change people's behavior or reinforce the existing behaviors. I kept doing that since then, and I have collected a lot of data. And then here what I found. So basically, this is as you can see here. This is the presence of government agencies on Twitter, and you have to wait till the end of the class, because end of this talk, because I will share with you some of these tools can enable you also to do what I have done here in front of you. So you can see the adoption of Twitter by the government agencies. I have collected all government agencies, entities in Oman. I went back to 2012. You will be really surprised what was the first government entity that was there on Twitter, but you can ask me later on. But for now, let me go. I have 18 minutes. So this is just an example of more than 1 million tweets that I have collected over 7 months in Muscat. So the first thing I show to the students, I'm like, you see this one, you should do like this. They're like, how can we do that? All the students that I have, most of them, only few of them probably are from information systems. Most of them are not like from technical background, IT background, like, from marketing, from management, finance, accounting. And then actually you will see now why the students they were able to do, despite the fact that they are not specialized in IT or in any programming. So just like a sort of a bait, you have to wait till the end of this session. I'll share with you some of the tools that will enable you to do that. So this is the framework that I use. Because if you want to convince the students, they must have an awareness of the importance of data and the importance of diffusing their public campaigns. And then you have to motivate them. So the way I motivate them is I ask them design a dashboard and visualize. And then they're like, wow, we haven't thought that easy. I'm like, yes, you don't have to be a programmer to do all of this. We are talking about no-code ML platforms, minimal coding platforms. They are existing platforms for doing, let's say, machine learning models, etc. With the data visualization, there are a lot of free tools out there. But here's the thing, then we have some theories in the class. That is where the knowledge comes in. And then more motivation to them to stimulate their interest by giving them a game. It is a simulation game. You will, throughout this presentation, if you are accessing using your desktop or laptop, you can take your phone, because I have QR code for all of the live demo that if you are interested to check them out. So this is one of the things. And now, this is Onodo is a project funded by a European research project. It is free tool. I will show you. I will go through the presentation first, then I will go through this. So this is Visit Oman 2017. Using the tools that I will be sharing with you, I did this Visit Oman, and it's very fascinating. The student, they're like, how can you do that? I'm like, yes, there are tools there. And once they can collect the data, do the analysis, watch some of the YouTube tutorials that I have created, they can do this. And this map, for example, is featured in this website, one of the top featured, visualizations. Why visualization? Because visualization is the first step to create that interest, to create that motivation. Because at the end of the day, we want the students to have the skills of diffusing campaigns for public good. In order to diffuse the campaign for public goods, they need skills. But before they need skills, they need knowledge. But before they need knowledge, they also need motivation. And before they need motivation, they need awareness at the first place. So all of these, the visuals that I give them is for the purpose of stimulating their interest and motivation. You can take the QR code. You can take it. You will go to the live. So this was the first students project. So I salute all of the students who did this. Group of 3 or 4 students, because they work in groups. You can see that they had a campaign. called Wujihat fi Oman, destinations in Oman. There are only 4 or 5 students. Imagine the number of tweets accumulated was less than a week, 15,000 tweets. The students were able to engage more than 5,000 users. Imagine when the education transcends a classroom boundaries, a classroom space and place, and it goes to engage, to develop and engage community at large. That is so fascinating. And you would see later in this presentation the impact of such thing. Now, with this one, was in 2018. Imagine, just check this hashtag. I'm sure most of you have seen this hashtag. It is a student assignment that has only 20% of their mark, yet this, like it had become like a branded hashtag, in which in my analysis with the hashtag, even tourists who are coming from Gulf countries, from other countries, when they visit Oman, they take a photo and they write Wujihat fi Oman, destinations in Oman. So that is the power of education that can impact, that can attract tourists, that can create like a landmark that can be used. By the way, this is 2018. Even if you go to 2019, you will find 20, you will find 21, you will find somebody has tweeted about Wujihat fi Oman. So the impact of the assignment, it was beyond the student's assignment, and that is the main idea of this Innovating Education 4.0. Now, the students get introduced to communication theories like Everett Rogers, the communication theorists in diffusion of innovation. Probably the later the early adapters to the laggards, and then sheer contractor. We introduce them the social capital, how people are connected. The students learn about centrality measures, embeddedness. They try to find structural holes in the network, how people are discussing online. Once they find that structural hole, they're like, okay, so how can we diffuse the message? How can we meet more people? And then they go through this gamification. You can scan the QR code if you want to use this for your students. It is also free, by the way. So all the tools I'm sharing here today, they are free or open source. Students have a lot of fun. They collaborate, they compete. It's full of entertainment and excitement. It's amazing. They are introduced to around 14 diffusion activities in that game. You ask for help, you pilot, you visit, and then once they have done that, they go and apply that in a real project. I'm like, what is the societal pressing issue? They're like, there is an issue of car accidents in Oman. I'm like, okay, now create the awareness campaign. Now, here what happened. This is only some of the students' projects since 2015. It's very fascinating. So I'm sure that most of you have seen these hashtags. My condition for the students, please do not tell people that is a class assignment. Do not tell them that is a class assignment. Just post it there. We have public campaigns, 8,000 tweets to 15,000 tweets, whether in reviving local dialects, for example, whether in tourism, whether in sport and physical activities. Students, when they talked about Harrak Nafsak Shwiya, for example, it went trending. The idea of that, they bring statistics from the WHO reports that there is a lack of physical activity, so they try to motivate people to do that. Vaccination for those who are vaccine hesitancy, etc. Online bullying, online extortion, etc. All of these initiatives. There is one hashtag called Aidkum Biltizamkum. When the pandemic started. The Eid was coming, so basically, as you know, that the Eid, people are gathering, etc. So the student, they said, we don't want people to gather. That was in the first semester, the online remote teaching. They use this Eid Biltizamkum, meaning that your Eid for your commitment for social distancing. Imagine that their hashtag was not only used in Oman. Many people who are tweeting from neighboring countries, they were also using the same hashtag. My condition to them: use the hashtag. It must be original. Do not use an existing hashtag. You have to create your own sort of like your own initiative and try to diffuse. The task is to diffuse that using the theories that you have learned. Now, here's just some examples. You can see in every single semester, at least 50% of students' projects get diffused and they go national trending, top 1 or top 2 or top 2 or top 3. You can see all of these, there is this future skills also is there, I don't know, all of these car accidents. So imagine now what about the reach? When we analyze the reach of students' initiatives, more than 500,000, several of them. I'll just go quickly because I have 9 minutes. Now here's another thing. Students, we're talking about education 4.0. All students, they have a dashboard. This is an automated dashboard. They know their performance when they tweet, when they diffuse. This dashboard is everybody has an access. All the students, including myself, we know who is tweeting. They are comparing themselves with other students, and it says each student how many retweets they have, how many mentions they have. It gives you all the metrics there, and I will give you these tools toward the end. Now, students, imagine students' initiatives have been covered by the public, by the mainstream media. For example, Shariba are talking about Oman without car accident. They're saying, according to the Shabiba report, they're saying a group of activists, little they know that this is only a class assignment, these activists are asking for reducing car accidents. You can see the coverage, you can see the government agencies, they are using students' hashtags. They are introduced to the science of imitation, science of memetics, science of imitation. They're using memetics, memes to make their campaigns much more selling, to get buy-in. For example, this is a hashtag Oman without car accidents. They're using funny stuff to send across their message, to the extent that their campaign was covered by not only government entities, but the media, the local state-owned enterprises also. You can see here, for example, National Ferry, I don't know, company, they are covering that also. Imagine that when when your campaign is being adopted by individuals, by member of Shura, member of parliament, government agencies, ministries, private sectors, small SMEs, Oman Tourism Ministry, all of these, they have used, students' campaigns. So they are asked to find opinion leaders, target them using the theories that they have learned in that class. They have to engage the community, and then there's an assessment. So here now I will introduce you to some of these Twitter leaks. This is an app that I've been working on in 2015. I asked students to download the tweets. They said, you know what? There's no software. We only found one software. I'm able only to download 200. And even with that, they don't support Arabic. So I spent 1 weekend to develop an app that can help students to analyze tweets as well as researchers. And one weekend was not enough. I had to spend another weekend and another weekend. Then the program kept progressing. Then you can I will show you right now live demo. There's another program, the program where the students can get a dashboard. You can analyze tweets. You can download. It's free of charge. You can go with this by Martin. So you can scan and just get. This is very nice. It uses Google Script. This is the main thing. If you are a researcher, and you want like Stream API, this is the best one that I think I use, because the one that I have used only REST API for the past 7 days, but this one, it collects as it goes. Then you have Mosday is another program. It's free if you want to use it. I think this is lecture is recorded, so you will have access to this. Google Data Studio. So these tutorials actually are there for my students. I have explained in the class or online, but additional like tutorial, if you want, you can check them out. This is another one for visualization that helps me to assess. Now I have, this is our softwares that are out there if you're interested for programmers. These are the main for also for our free R tweet and Twitter R. This is an example of students. So let me now show you I have like about 5 minutes. If you allow me, I would want to show you. Maybe I can present the entire screen. Okay, so let's go now. I think. Okay, I don't know if you can. Do you see now my screen? Any confirmation? Do you see the browser?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, we can see.
Thank you very much for confirming. Now, so this one is an example of this is like a free tool. So the student, once they analyze, this is about visit, tourism to the, visit Oman 2017. If you put there, you get a tweet. If you click on the node, that is that people are talking about visit Oman. So I showed them. Now, I wanted to see this one. Imagine these are the, can you see this is a dashboard designed by students. They are interactive dashboards. They design them themselves. They have little background in programming. They have little background, only few students are from information systems. Most of them are in management, marketing, finance, etc. They designed all of these. They did the analysis with only 45 minutes lecture, maybe the tutorial online. This one example, you can see, let me show you, this is another example, student designed. It is just the initiative for data literacy. This is another one. See, they create an interactive map. This is very fascinating. You can see all of these, the students' work, and they will, even themselves, they didn't believe that they are able to do this. Now this is only the, I would consider this as part of the future skills in which students, even if they cannot design it, at least they should be able to read them, to interpret these graphics. Even I see some professionals, sometimes they get confused into like statistical charts. They are confused between bar charts and scatter plot, etc. So they get feedback from me. So all of these are interactive. Now, how did they do that? You can see this is a map. This is the program I showed you called tags. It is there. So you can see this is an interactive. Students, they go, they see their performance, their names are here. By the way, you don't need any skills. In 2 minutes, you will be able to do that. There's also this one, if you click, they get their dynamic, who is talking to whom, and yeah, okay. So here it is, as you can see. Little bit slow, I don't know. Okay, so you can see now it's loading data. These are free software. I think Martin works for Google. They can analyze, they know who is talking. The bigger the node, the bigger is the more participative students in the class. So I use social network analysis even in assessments. Data literacy, the initiative that I have just informally initiated, you can see if this data literacy _ Oman, I see now journalists are using it. Some private companies are using it. State-owned companies are using it, which is I'm very happy to see that there are around 11,000 tweets so far about data literacy. You can see this is a dashboard by a student. They worked, and they created the dashboard. They created this by themselves. This is another dashboard by a student. Analyzing according to their own interests. You can see it's a dynamic. You can see you can filter the tweets. This is another dashboard here. You can see by one of creative students also. This is another dashboard by countries they have allocated. The thing with that, because I ask the students to analyze tweets, what is happening, but they cannot analyze like 5,000 tweets. So what they do actually, they come here, you can see these are the tweets at the bottom here. They say, for example, rank according to the most followers or the most retweets, etc. Now, this one is a project that and it's a free MIT license. I use it, for example, for I use it to analyze. For example, this is about data literacy. I think I can click on this guy, for example, and see his network hide. I can see who is this guy is talking to whom. Oh, so for example, this person is much more part engaging in the classroom. Those with the little nodes, they are not that much engaging. And I evaluate and I assess the tweets, student participation according to two things, like three things: originality of the tweet, relevance of the tweet, and popularity of the tweet. So then I have this is the DMI TCount, the software that the open source. You only need a little bit background, but it's difficult. You need technical to push it and deploy it with Linux. But for example, here سياحة في عمان. If I say update, this is, it can go. For example, you can see I have 83 tweets. I don't know if you can see here. In this, I have around 83. I have 82 million only in this. So basically, if it happened that you have tweeted in 2019 and 20, and then you end up deleting your tweet, know that I have it in my record. Okay, so you can also deploy this. It has been widely used for education and for research purpose. So you can see the students how they are tweeting about سياحة في عمان. You can download SNA graphs. And finally, this is the app that I have designed. So you must have scanned that. So if you are a researcher, if you are a student, you can use this one. I know I'm running out of the time, but something, I don't know, let me just, I have to, maybe, let me just check out, yes, this is the tweet there. So this is the app. I update it every 3-4 years. So it's kind of, I'm not that a professional developer. I'm just trying to use for my own purpose, for teaching purpose. So this is the tweet. I call it Twitter leaks. I mean, don't ask me why Twitter leaks, but so once you are here, it will ask you to authorize using your own API credentials. Yeah, you will click there, and then you have to enter your. Don't worry, I'm not collecting any of your, credentials. So it will take you to. I think guys have taken more than of my time, but this is the app. I can explain now. It is. I have saved it in DigitalOcean. And I tried to use Docker, so maybe for scalability, I don't know if it's going to help.
Dr. Adil.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt, but we are running out of time. Yes. My ability, I couldn't join at the beginning. I have some technical problem with the camera. Zoom couldn't recognize that. But we have one question here, Dr. Adil, if you can see it, from Munira Al-Wahibi, if you can answer it.
Sure, let me.
Do you ask your student to share their Twitter account even if they are personal?
Yes, that is a very good question. Actually, I give them two choices. I'm like, okay, here's the one thing. If you are concerned about your privacy, please create a new Twitter account. You can call it academic account. But if you are free using your own Twitter account, feel free to do so. So I give them option. I do not force them whatsoever. But here's the thing, actually, these days, everybody, I mean, their privacy is there. When they drink coffee, you know what they have, what they had this morning, where they're going to, which restaurant they have been. So the privacy has been breached in any cases. So most of them, according to my experience, they prefer to use their own personal.
Thank you, Dr. Adil. Also, Iyad is asking, can you share the PowerPoint for us?
Okay, sure. I need to stop sharing, then share again. PowerPoint, this is the one. Yes, here it is. Which slide?
I think maybe he wants a copy of it. My understanding, he's asking maybe a copy of the slides.
No problem. You can, you can. I don't know if you can ask the organizer that I can send it to them. Inshallah, you can send my email here.
Right. So also Munira is asking about maybe because due to the time limitation, maybe Munira, you can email Dr. Adil. I'm sure he's willing to respond to your email. So the email.
It is there.
It's there. Okay. So thank you, Dr. Adil, for this interesting presentation.